Hey guys, and welcome to another video with me, Spartan086, and today we're doing a customization job of a Nuri T.80. Yes, I tried to do that. This job has taken me probably nearly 6 months of work. It has driven me from despair to depression to suicide to wanting to throw it out the window and then scream at the wreckage. I don't know what kind of crazy people they have working at Rory, but when they decided to build this version, anybody who's got one will know what I'm talking about. The turret has been elevated so high that it looks like it's about to pop off as if it's been hit, which would be a good thing if you're creating a diorama for that, not if you're wanting your tank to look like a tank. So the psychopath who decided that, I don't know who, but you, sir, have made it to my list. Anyway, so the customization job decided, right, I need to get the turret down, started cutting it down, and eventually I was like, this isn't working. So I took the turret off and started thinking about maybe using the T.80 BVM's turret. But since Nuri said this is a 132, I said that's not going to really work. So I started working on the Nuri turret. Tried to, excuse me, by the way, apologies guys, I'm suffering a wee bit of a chest infection now, so if I start coughing or take wee breaks, I apologise. So the turret, I took it off, had a look at it, tried to work with it, put the ERA plates on, put some of the sights and parts on, smoke dischargers, and found that it was absolutely not going to work. The turret was just a disaster. The gun barrel was just crap. So all of that got removed. And I just went, what I'm going to do is try my best to make it look bigger with the 135 turret. And that's what I've got. So obviously added on the ERA plates, the relic plates, contact 1 plates at the top, the relic plates, the relic patches at the side, sights, etc. Commanders, weapon station, and I did all the wee bits in place on. And I thought, well, it looks not too bad. But there was a lot of trouble with that, because as I tried to make it look bigger, it's kind of morphed a wee bit into the wrong way, and you'll see that in the pictures. Overall, it turned out not too bad. If you'd seen it in the early stages, you would have laughed your arse off and said, throw it out the window, get rid of it. Which is what I should have done. Saved me a lot of time. But once I got the turret sorted and I was like, that's actually not too bad, I realised something. I compared it to one of my T72s in length. Then I looked up the dimensions of T72s to T80s and realised that there is a big massive difference in this size to an actual 132. So that Nuri 132 is not a 132. I think it's more along the lines of a 135, because even with the turret being slightly made bigger, it seems to have fit absolutely perfectly on the tank. Excuse me. So from there, did the usual. I have added in the relic side plates. I put on these wee relic plates as well. You'll be like, why did you do that? I says, well, it's adding a wee bits of glamour to the tank, since I'm going to use it as part of a wee diorama for the Ukrainian war. If anybody knows anything about the T.80 BVM, they know that obviously when they're using these relic plates here, the relic here is gone, and it's just a normal side skirt, rubber skirt. And that's not really just rubber, it's kind of a mixture anyway. But point is they're gone because they use that for the Russian Marines. Russian naval forces use the T.80, especially in the Arctic conditions. The gas turbine's a lot better than a diesel. Excuse me again. So, but as part of this kind of idea, I went, well, why don't I do that? I can make it look a wee bit funkier, and give it a wee bit of its own kind of characteristic character to it. Just a character to it. There's also, I did have a discussion with somebody online. They were like, well, that's really stupid. I went, well, not really, because you had T-72s rolling into Ukraine with relic side skirts with added ERA bags on the side. And they were like, yeah, and I was like, so it wasn't going to work either way, or it is, but that's just to give it its own wee character, in essence. There is wee things I'm going to do to it from here. I'm going to put a wee bit, I'm going to try some weathering on this, see how it goes. This will be my first real weathering attempt, so wish me luck. And I'm going to use some foliage. I'm going to put some either V's or Z's on it as designation, but I'm going to have to look that up. I think for the T80s we might be looking at a V, not a Z, as part of their friendly symbols for like a blue on blue kind of thing. So obviously they could see a V, they would know it's a friendly force. Excuse me. Back to the tank. So at the rear, I've had to jerry fix in some portions for the tank's rear external fuel tanks. Now, obviously, if you've ever seen the Nuri T.80, they don't come like they should. So I've had to jerry rig my own version. It has worked out not great, but in the essence, as I was thinking, the diorama is going to show that the tank has been in a bit of a fight. It has experienced some wear and tear, so it might work out overall. The same with the rear slat armour. I've had to jerry rig some stuff that I've had extra. It's a wee bit damaged looking, so I thought that might work out as well for a good thing. As you can see, the log's a wee bit lower down than it should be. Again, there's not much I can do. I can't put it up because it then interferes with other things, and I thought about getting rid of it, or well, I thought if I leave it there now, then it's safe there. The other major change that I have done to the vehicle is I have taken off the original Nuri tracks and replaced it with the two-padded version like you would see on the Charlie 2, Challenger or Leopard 2. So sorry, I'll repeat myself there, sorry. So you would have seen it on the Charlie 2, which is the Challenger 2, the Abrams or the Leopard 2. As time went on, the Russians had the usual kind of single screw tracks, as did Western nations, but as we kind of went on, we decided that the best thing was a two-padded system. It's easier, it takes a lot of wear and tear away from the tracks, so we did that. The Russians eventually fell in line with this later on, and they have done that with T.80 BVMs. I will post pictures to back up my claim in case somebody goes, no, they didn't. Well, yeah, they did, because I have some pictures of several Russian T.80 BVMs with the double pad system. I call it a double pad system. I like calling it that. I had to jerry rig some certain bits to it, especially at the front here on the armour. The Nuri T80 didn't work right, so I've had to jerry rig that, which is also kind of buggered a bit with the rubber protection at the front. I was going to add in one of the Russian mine clearing systems. I think it's the KTMKS system, which you will probably see with T-72s when they first started rolling into Ukraine. But I chose against it because it would have interfered with the tracks as well as with the rubber system, the rubber pads, the rubber portion underneath. Excuse me again. So I've tried my best with this to make it look pretty decent. I'm going to try and do a wee bit of weathering tonight on it and get that sorted. This will be the first of a couple of videos today that I'm going to post. I have taken a wee bit of time off from doing the videos. I was considering just scrapping the channel, but it's one of my wee enjoyment, guys. It's something I get a wee bit of happiness from, is posting the videos of stuff I do and getting a wee bit of feedback from you guys. So I'll leave it there. That's nearly a 10-minute video on this thing. If you get any likes or comments, please post them. Tell me about it. Any constructive criticism is always welcome. That's how we're supposed to learn. So Until next time, guys, have a good one. Bye bye.